And my first guest joins me in studio, Mr. Ray Smith. He is the CEO of Trycera Financial. Their stock symbol is TRYF. Ray, always good to see you.
It's great to be here, Don.
Why don't you tell us, you haven't been here for a couple of weeks, why don't you tell our audience again what you do?
We help people build their credit. We track their rent, their cell phone, their insurance, the payments that they make every month. We issue them a prepaid debit card. When they make those payments with that card, we gather that data. We put it in a format that's verifiable and score ready, and so when that consumer goes in to apply for a loan, they take that information and it helps them with their credit.
Now, these are payments that normally did not show up on, say, credit reports and stuff, right?
That's right. Under the law, it's Reg B, Section 202.6, which has now been coined shoebox credit, because literally you can take all these receipts and put them in a shoebox and go in to wherever you're applying for a loan. And by law, all of those receipts are required to be considered by the lender. And so what we've done is we've created this process so that the consumer can easily provide this data to the lender, put it in a format that the lender can utilize rather than a box of receipts, and it's more economical for the lender and it's better for the consumer.
Now, we've been following your company for about a month and a half or so, but lately this idea is really taking off in the media. Tell us about that.
It is. This shoebox credit is really starting to pick some traction up, and thanks to our company for patenting this process, we're able to help consumers. So this past week, our company was mentioned in a syndicated article, Building Blocks to Restoring Credit. Mr. Ken Harney from Washington, D.C. put this article in the Washington Post, and then throughout last weekend it was syndicated all over the United States. The Seattle Times, the Miami Herald, the Wall Street Journal, the LA Times, and it's nice knowing that our company is starting to get some recognition and that consumers can really start to educate themselves about our service and utilize it.
Well, what's really interesting about that, when a journalist will put a story on the press wire like that, it'll get picked up in hundreds and hundreds of newspapers, and probably through the weekend pick up in a couple of Saturday, Sunday editions. So you're going to have to really be living under a rock to not know about Trycera in a couple of days.
That's right. Our phone started ringing Monday morning. Mortgage companies are calling us saying, can you help us? And we can. When a consumer calls in, applies for a loan, and has been denied, they can be transferred to our service. Within 72 hours, we could take that information, verify it, and present it back to that lender to help them build their credit file.
Well, this is really key to our economic recovery, because basically what crashed the economy was the drying up of credit, and what's going to help it speed towards recovery is the revitalization of credit. And if people can get more access to it by having these scores available to them, that just is a win-win for everybody.
It is, and that's what I mentioned the last time I was on your program. We want to be that stimulating party to help this economy get going. And the only way we can get this economy going is for banks to start lending. And if people have bad credit, and the banks aren't lending to people with bad credit, there's this gap, and Trycera service will bridge that gap.
Trycera Financial, TRYF is their stock symbol. Ray, what you're doing is just wonderful. Thanks for the update.
Thank you, Don.